What's up, preppers? Welcome back to another video, and today we're here to talk about the truth behind the National Service announcement. Now, first off, it's National Service, not conscription. These are two very different things. National Service is defined as a period of compulsory service in the armed forces during peacetime. Conscription is compulsory enlistment for state service, typically into the armed forces. That doesn't include peacetime. So, if we're in peacetime at the moment, it's national service. However, if we make a quick leap into non-peacetime, does that switch over to conscription? Or are they just laying the foundations for to be able to roll out conscription? So this was sold as we have generations of young people who don't have the opportunities they deserve. Britain today faces a future that is more dangerous and more divided. The benefits are unclear at this stage, but they did say young people will learn valuable skills, make our country more secure, and build a strong national culture. These are all the selling points that Mr. Sunak made in his speech, his announcement. 12 months full-time in the military, or the option of 25 days a year volunteering, which works out at about 1 weekend a month. Volunteering will be at civil services and stuff like that, search and rescue, NHS, all sorts of facilities like that, critical infrastructure. While they aim to have a military training test program up and running by 2025, that's likely to involve relatively small numbers to begin with. The Conservatives have committed to getting the whole scheme in force by the end of the next Parliament, which could be as late as 2029. Now, whether they're going to get paid a regular wage or not is very unclear again at the moment. They did say, or Mr. Sunak said, a stipend to help with living costs for those who take on the 12 months military option, but they've not confirmed or said how much it would be. Civic volunteering will be funded by the organisations using the service, such as the NHS, fire service, ambulance, search and rescue, and critical local infrastructure, most likely just funding people's travel costs and things like that, hence it being a volunteer basis. They did state that it would compel people by law to complete a community program over a 12-month period or enroll in a year-long military training scheme when they turn 18. Apparently, this will be incentivized rather than punished. If you refuse, simply at this stage, you will not get any of the benefits, is what they're saying. A Royal Commission will explore the benefits for volunteers. We're yet to see if this would affect you receiving normal state benefits as well, because that could be used as a punishment for refusal. But as it stands, they're denying all punishments, that it will be a completely volunteer basis. So to me, that's not really national service, is it? Another point that's not really clear, the first 12 months would all be basic training. Any overseas training would be on a volunteer basis. However, historically, national service means 18 months of military training and then spending 4 years on the reserves list, meaning they could be called up to fight at short notice. So if they have this 12 months of training, we do not know yet if they will then become reservists for 4 years to be called up at any point. The 4 years is a rough guideline. After 4 years, they're still going to get called up before somebody who hasn't had training. That's how it was in the late 50s, early 60s, but whether that will be the same now is yet to be seen. Final thoughts on this for me is I've always said that national service would be a good thing, and that's not at a personal or selfish level. That's not because of my family's history with the military. It's more so to do with the generations coming up at the moment. And I know how much respect and self-care and general life skills that the army does give to people in the first month alone, the first 2 months, just through basic training. We've seen it work on TV programs like Bad Lads Army back in the day, things like that, where they've just put recruits through the basic training and it has taught them a level of respect. So I think for that reason, I've always been an advocate of it. Now, the problem is the timing. Obviously, it's a ploy to get votes away from a party like Reform, who have got a lot of good everyman policies. Policies that you would talk about with your mates in a pub over a pint, when everyone knows how to fix the country, but the politicians don't. A lot of Reform Party policies are along that line. So it feels like a attempt at a vote steal away from them. But the timing is not good for everyone else either, with the world on the cusp of a potential war worldwide. We've got chaos in streets all over the world. And now you're talking about taking our 18-year-olds and putting them in a uniform. You're going to get a lot of fight back on this. Which option would you choose? If you were turning 18, would you take the 12-month service, get the life skills experience? Or would you do volunteering 1 weekend a month over the space of a year? Is it going to be just incentives? How can they say that they're going to enforce this by law, yet not punish it? Even a fine is classed as a punishment. So how will they possibly enforce this by law and then claim that no one's going to be punished? Those of us with kids, how do you feel about the prospect of yours being a military reserve for almost 5 years? Especially the way the world is at the moment. Food for thought. Bottom line is, you have to do it, but you don't have to do it. You can do full 12 months or 1 day a month doing something else. You're not going to get paid, but we'll give you a stipend. And no one's going to war, but you might be on the reserve list for 4 years. So yet again, another clear, concise, precise message from our government there. So looking forward to see how they put the detail into this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you all again. Bye.